Welcome to a replay of Blockhead U, our weekly hang of New Kids on the Blocks fans. Please sit tight, as always, while some people join the live. If we haven't met before, hi, my name is Melanie. I'm in Toronto. I'm happy to have you here for another Blockhead U. We've got an awesome night lined up with some awesome blockheads, as usual. Hi, everyone in the chat. Thanks for coming. Let's see, is Ashley here? I'm going to just... Oh, how is everyone doing? I'm hoping you can hear me okay?
Hello! We have some
Hi! You're
Mm.
applying your gloss. I love it. Love it. Got to be camera ready, right?
Ready to roll.
You look great. I've got like 3 here next to me because I'm like totally...
Oh my
totally
gosh,
addicted.
I love it. That's amazing. Well, welcome. Hello.
Hello, everyone. What's our question to people in the chat today? Okay, of course, we always say, please introduce yourself. Let us know your name and from where you are joining. Okay. The last time we talked was before BlockCon tickets went on sale. Did anybody in the chat end up purchasing their BlockCon tickets? Will we be seeing you in Chicago in May? Let us know. You bought your ticket. I bought mine, so I'll see you finally.
We have a crazy group of people who are driving from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's like 8.5 hours. And we will be taking a little road trip, so I'm very excited about that.
Wow. Well, you know what? Like, I started looking at flights to Chicago, and they're not as cheap as I remember them being. So this will be interesting. I'm just going to kind of wait it out for a little bit and see how it all pans out. All right. So Krista has said that she's going to BlockCon. Nikki is going to BlockCon. Nikki is a local, actually. Teresa will be at BlockCon. We get to meet her for the first time. Megs is saying, can't wait to see your meeting. That's awesome.
Saving for the cruise, which is very smart. You can't do everything. Yeah. Very great.
Yeah, for sure. I know that both of us, we kind of, aired it a little bit on the conservative side, and we went just for regular tickets. No VIP this time around because you never know what else is waiting in the wings in terms of new kid adventures, right?
There's more to come. What else? Like, I can't take much more.
Right. Hi, Margaret. All right. Okay. Just keeping an eye on the chat to see what everybody else is saying. Hello, if you are just joining, I'm Melanie, that's Ashley, and this is Blockhead U, and we're a couple of blockheads, talking to other blockheads about
and if you're in
stuff.
And you're not going to BlockCon, make sure to follow us. You can follow along, because I'm sure we'll both be posting all over all of our social.
There's my director. Hi, Linda.
Only once a coworker has joined this and watched, which is fine. We're very proud of what we do here.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny when the two worlds collide.
Right. I mean, everybody at work knows, that I'm a blockhead anyway. So I'm sure this gives them a little bit of insight to like what exactly happens, with the New Kids fans. What could they possibly have to talk about? We have a lot to talk about. All right. Are we ready to get started? Shall I find our first guest?
See.
Okay, I will search for her as well. Hold on.
Oh gosh, I
bear with us, folks.
Our first guest just asked me if I was flying or driving to BlockCon because she might join the caravan. Hi, Kristen.
Oh, love it. Hi. No glasses?
No,
you want to rock the glasses today? Look, I've also got my glasses handy.
I like your glasses. Maybe you could be twins.
I know. I think I wear them once a year. I hate to wear them, but it's been a rough few days,
I'm
so I had to resort to them.
I look illiterate or sound illiterate because I can't read a damn thing. So I'm like,
oh no. It happens to the best of us. That's okay. Hi, you and I have
Yes.
met. I know that you and Ashley are pals,
Yes,
right?
via Jody.
Can you introduce yourself to everyone in the room
Hi,
and
my
let us
name
know
is
from where
Kristen
you're joining?
Anderson, and I'm joining you from Lincoln, Nebraska. Go Big Red.
Lincoln, Nebraska. Okay, I have been there, of course, to see you kids.
So
But
were you at this last one or the one before?
on the 2019 tour. 2019.
So we were there. I didn't know you
Yeah.
at the time. That makes me sad.
No, and like Ashley, you went to Nebraska for the last
Yes,
tour. Did
yes.
the two of
We
you know
met
each other
on
then, or did you
the
meet?
2018 cruise because Kristen is very good friends with my good friend Jody, and so we've all become kind of a nice little commingling of
Yes.
Midwestern blockheads.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I see.
Well,
I see.
I don't think I
Ashley, you want
even
to take
know
it
the
away?
answer to this. How did you become a blockhead?
Well, as with all good stories, it starts with a little sister. I was 16, so I was kind of above that age, and I really wasn't into super pop music. I mean, I played basketball. I was a professional musician myself, so I was not tuned into that scene. Then my little sister, who's 4 years younger, fell in love with this boy band. I'm like, what? And then my mom didn't want to take her to concerts. This is way back. I don't think parents could do this nowadays. But at 16 years old, my mom said, here, take your little sister. And I think we went to Wichita or Oklahoma City. We were living in Oklahoma at the time, in Enid, Oklahoma. So it was a drive. And this is before cell phones, before GPS, where you had to write out directions or have a map. And it was a school night. Can you believe that? So I took my sister to this concert knowing very little about what we're going to see. And I got infected. I fell down that rabbit hole, and I'm still gladly falling, 30 years later. So thanks to my little sister, Shayna, I am now Blockhead. My sister, not, she's gone to one concert with me, but
You're
stuck. Yeah. The minute they walked out on stage, I was a goner.
So what does your sister then, since she's kind of like moved away from it, what does she think about like you're still being immersed in the fandom? And does she still take credit for introducing you?
Credit as much as it's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Right. Right.
Because I like you were talking earlier, I'm not in the new kids closet. I'm out loud and proud as a blockhead. I was on the front page of our paper right before the concert you were at a couple of years ago. I snuck a copy to Donnie in our meet and greet, but I don't think he ever read it, or he saw a picture of him. But anyway, so she takes some credit. She thinks it's cool, but also that I'm a bit crazy, and that's fine. And I am, and I'm all about it. Bring on the more crazy.
So speaking of crazy, being in the Midwest, I know this as well as anyone else. We don't necessarily, you're lucky with Lincoln, but we have to travel to maybe go to more than one concert. So what is the farthest you've actually traveled from Lincoln or Wichita to see New Kids in concert?
Well, the holy grail of New Kids on the Block concerts is, of course, Boston. I mean, that was my Mecca. That was my religious pilgrimage that Jody and I said, we have to make it at least once. We have to make it to Boston. So we went to Boston, when they were there right after COVID.
What year was
2021?
that? I can't remember.
Yeah.
That was 2021.
So, yeah. So I
the pandemic one
was
right?
the furthest, of course. The boat, the cruise, which I don't like to talk about a whole lot, but that was probably physically the furthest, but I don't have much memory of that. But yeah, Boston was probably the furthest.
We won't dig too much into your opinions of the cruise, other than to say, and I know this from experience, that you didn't love it. It was not the best time, and not because of the people around you or anything, but some people, just being on a boat is not a comfortable experience.
Yes, I think I did.
And you learned
I
this
did.
the
Jody
hard
and I
way?
have been planning since the
Yeah.
first cruise how to get on that damn boat. And we've been planning. We set life goals for ourselves. Jody hit her life goals. So she's like, let's go on the boat. I hadn't quite hit my goals, but I was like, I'm not going to leave her hanging. So we got in the, and I've never been on any type of a cruise or boat or anything, but I get very car sick. I'm a blonde. I know bad things can happen. So I had a prescription ahead of time for any type of seasickness. That did nothing. I was so sick the entire time. I couldn't swallow. I think I was green most of the time. Cruising is great for a lot of people. I won't be on a boat again.
This is the great
thing. It just was not for me. But I did have a wonderful encounter with Jason Momoa one night. He was not there, of course, but I had a great encounter with him.
What is that?
What? What? Okay. Side
Yes,
what?
I do.
You have to explain this.
Jody said I have to tell the story.
Please.
Okay. I couldn't really eat.
Please do.
I barely ate because I couldn't swallow. I still tried to have some, of course, drinks. And one night is probably the second night I get no sleep because anytime there's any movement on the, but I felt it and it felt like I was on the Titanic. It felt like I was about to go overboard. Well, it was a night where I was on the prescription meds for the nausea and for the seasickness, Ambien, booze, no sleep, no food. Not a good combination. I do not recommend that to anybody. But I couldn't sleep. We had a deck, so I went out on the deck and was looking and just trying to relax. And then I saw Jason Momoa out there swimming in the ocean, but with dolphins. But they were Disney dolphins. They were normal dolphins. They were Disney dolphins. And it's Jason Momoa. And way back when, I thought I was Wonder Woman. Back when the TV show was on, late 70s, early 80s. My boyfriend at the time was Aquaman. I was like, oh my God, Aquaman and Wonder Woman together again. I had this long conversation with Jason, and he was like professing his undying love for me. He's like, come swim with the dolphins with me. And I just kept thinking, I don't think that would be safe. I don't think that would be good. And I'm married, Jason. Thank you. You're hot as hell. I'd love to swim with you, but probably not. So I went back inside.
Jody added a comment that you might want to read. I won't read, but Jody added a piece to this that you didn't include. I'll leave it at that.
Well, and then the next morning, and Jody and I have been on 20, 30 plus trips or concerts together. We're besties. We travel well together. I got up, I was trying to tell her about Jason, and she was just staring at me. She goes, Kristen, where are your clothes? So, what? I looked down and I was shirtless. I did have underwear on, thank God. But I was shirtless. And I was like, well, I don't know. And it was my favorite New Kid shirt. And I think what I did is I sacrificed it to Jason. I was like, if I can't come swimming with you, let me give you a piece of me. So whoever the security was that night for the boat, because they have to have cameras up there, got an eyeful. And and then I also somehow ransacked our bathroom. I have no idea why, but it looked like a police raid ransack. So yeah, me and boats, no. So I'm so excited for BlockCon.
You had a full-on hallucination. But you know what? At least you met Jason Momoa in your dreams.
He's a really nice guy, and even better looking in my dreams.
Oh my God!
There you go. So, do you think that was probably like your most memorable or legendary moment on the boat?
Probably, but you guys, when they stopped at the island, and I'm saying you guys because it's where I met all the South Dakota girls. You guys were smart. They're taking selfies for shirtless Donnie. Stupid me thought, I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to take the freaking bike ride around the island, not knowing how sick I was, how bad my vertigo was. So here I am, not eating, not sleeping, taking a freaking drive, trying to ride a bike. And I kept telling this little lady that the bike's broke. the bike's broke. She goes, oh, honey, no, it's not. I go, I can't ride it. So yeah, vertigo is so bad I couldn't ride the bike. I missed all the shirtless new kids and all the fun you guys had. So, and then I chipped my tooth the next day. So yeah, I'm not going to be back in the boat.
So
that's my nightmare. That is my nightmare, especially on a boat.
So voting that for you. How excited were you when they announced BlockCon?
Oh my God. You know, each time they tease, I'd say, please do something like Vegas again. Because that was so much fun. And being in one spot where you're not on a rolling Titanic with random Disney dolphins swimming next to you. I mean, having one spot where we can all come and visit without fear of falling overboard. Yes, it'd be so, So I was, oh my God, that made my day. That made my day when that came. I'm sure it made all of our days, but yeah, I'm so excited.
So are you going?
Hell yes.
Are you going to BlockCon?
Of course. And I might sneak a ride with the awesomeness that is the South Dakota girls. I don't know. It's like you were saying earlier, 8 hours in a car or 2 hours for a flight. But the flights are pretty expensive. So
I'm pitching renting a van with a TV in it. So like all of us can be just watching a movie while someone else drives and take turns. That way it doesn't seem like it takes so long, or we can bring all of our new kids' DVDs or VHS and like crank those out on the way. That's my call. That's what I'm putting my hand in.
I think it'd be so awesome just spending that time together too.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Right. You know what I like to do during those new kids? Road trips is read fanfic. I read out fanfic.
What fanfic do you like to read? What genre?
Oh, I don't even. Okay, it's been a while since I've done it. But I don't remember. It was something on Wattpad.
Back in the day.
I think we're going to become fast friends. Yeah. I was in a huge fanfic phase. I made friends with a lot of authors, several that have now published, and it's amazing that the talent people have. You know, and
imaginations run wild.
The spicy stories, the very.
Okay, I'm sure you do.
Oh, a lot of spice. It makes you sweat while you're reading it, so people know what's going on.
Okay, so aside from, the cruise, we're not even going to mention it anymore. What is the cruise? What's your most legendary moment as a blockhead? What's your fondest memory, most epic moment?
It had to have been Jody and I went down to see him in Wichita. It was, it was a while ago. She was still married to her first husband, who was there's a reason why he was the first. Let me just tell you, he's gone now. And then my husband. Good. And my husband has never experienced, he knows my fangirlness. He knows my tendencies. He's never experienced it in real life though. We were driving down together and we drove by where the concert was going to be, the arena, just to see where it was. And we saw this white cargo van. Yeah. And Jody and I looked at each other and our blockhead tingling went off.
Spidey senses. Yeah.
I think we recognized that hairline in that van. So Jody was driving, and she was driving like FBI, NCIS, all the TV shows where you're tailing somebody. We tailed this van through most of Wichita with our husbands in tow in the back going, oh my God, stop. What are you doing? And I was like, run that light. Got to stay on that van. We have to stay close to him. Don't let him get away. And we were trying to figure out who the hell was in it. We think it was Wahlberg, and then some other people were like, we're not going to let him go. So we kept tailing him. Thank God Jody's like an IndyCar type driver. They pull off at a shopping mall movie theater. Out strolls Wahlberg. So I don't even let Jody stop the car. It's still rolling. I open the car. I do a rolling ninja tuck roll out of the car. And my husband's just like, oh my God. And I start just going after him, but then I saw Elijah, and that's when he was still little. So I immediately stopped pursuit and was just like, oh, there's Wahlberg. So,
yeah.
But the Jabberwockies were with them. So that was one of my favorite moments with Jody and I tailing Donnie Wahlberg throughout Wichita and me ninja rolling out of the car. But then I stopped because that's family time. I'm not going to mess with that.
Okay. Also to know
That's
you are a
respectable,
Donnie
for sure.
girl. So
Well, I was always a John girl. Growing up, always a John girl. Back in the day, there wasn't enough antibiotics in the world for me to be a Donnie girl. I mean, he went through some phases, and it's just not enough creams or ointments for me for that. But you know, he has holy shit, he has really aged well, looking good. His message is on point. He likes curvy blondes, so I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, Donnie, you're now my number one. And I'm still a John girl, and Jody has rubbed off on me too.
yeah.
So yes, and I'm really liking me some Donnie right now, but I don't throw John out. I still like to get plenty of John hugs when I can.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so being that this year seems to be very exciting, we don't know everything. What we do know, what are you most looking forward to as a Blockhead for 2023?
This. Seeing everybody.
Yes.
I mean, it honestly, for me, it started with those 5 bad boys from the B-Pound land. And it is about them, but more than that, it's about all the relationships. And I know Donnie talks about that all the time, but it's the honest God truth.
Yeah.
As we get older, it's harder and harder to meet new people, harder to have new friends into our lives. And with new kids, you're automatically friends. You're blockheads. Yeah. We're all sisters. So this is what I'm looking forward to, this connection and more of it. And then some pretty good hip thrusting at concerts.
Yeah. It's so true. You know, once you graduate from school, where do you meet new friends, right? That isn't work, right? Is it like the gym? Is it, you know, I don't know, hard. You know, in fandoms, really, and it's hard for sure. Yep. Yeah, you know? So that's
yeah.
That's how I met you. I'm so grateful.
Well, I'm so grateful for Jody.
Yeah.
And I'm just so embarrassed that you guys, the first time you met me was on that damn boat and I didn't know what my name was. Oh, and then I had to have a guide help me to my room because all those rooms, they're all the same. All those long hallways.
They all look the same.
Give a girl a break. I needed a homing device because I could never find our room. So I was not allowed by myself. I'd have a babysitter.
This is why
I'm embarrassed that's how you met me.
You live and you learn, and you know what? You can make up for it at the BlockCon, you know.
And you will. Oh,
in so many different ways, you'll make up for it.
A little bit of something on the wall that just came in the mail today. Woo! For BlockCon.
Wait, I missed it.
Sneak peek. Wait, is that your prom outfit, maybe?
I'm not gonna. That's all you're gonna get.
Oh,
that's all you're gonna get.
Oh, okay. Shine bright like a diamond over there. I see.
Already started shopping.
I'm so excited to see you soon, and we'll be in touch planning logistics probably, whether you're flying or driving, but I'll be driving. You're welcome, obviously.
Maybe. I promise not to see Jason Momoa out the window and like jump out of the car. I promise.
Wait, hold on a second. You also said you get car sick. Are you sure you should be driving in a car for 8 hours?
Or on my phone.
Oh, okay. Okay, so somebody's gonna have to read the fan fiction to you,
or you know, through the fan fictions, I've been turned on to a couple of authors that have really good audiobooks too.
Ooh,
those could get
audiobook
awkward.
Okay,
yes, but in a really good way.
Yeah, right.
We'll be talking. We'll be planning. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it so much, and thanks for the. I didn't know the Jason Momoa story, so it's very, very, very good.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so
finally
much, Kristen. It was
meet you.
nice to chat with
Bye-bye.
you. Yeah.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Oh my God.
Woohoo. Oh
She was a little
boy.
spitfire. Like, she is hilarious. I love her.
And I'm sure she, she was probably like, holding back a little bit, so I wonder what she's like in real life, once you get a little bit more wine in her.
I'm looking forward to BlockCon for that reason. The last time we really had a extensive hangout was the 2018 cruise. And I know based on our mutual friend Jody, that Jody's fun. I know Kristen's fun. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be great. I'm excited.
It's going to be well, and you know what? I get to be there to witness all of this as well. I won't be there on the car ride to Chicago, but I'll be there to experience it and to watch
So
all this
excited.
zaniness go down.
Yes.
All right, ready for our next guest? Okay, should be joining shortly. I've sent the invite, or I've accepted the request. Ooh, hi. Hello?
Oh God.
We see part of you. There we go. Oh, and the head, he's using headphones.
Yeah.
Let's see, can you hear us okay? Okay, perfect. We've had a couple of other guests use headphones, and they've been a little bit, a little spotty, but so far you sound great.
Sitting here writing something down, and then I realized you guys were on. I'm like, oh, hey.
Whoops.
Oh. Well, hello and welcome. You and I haven't met before. My name is Melanie. I'm in Toronto.
Yes.
And do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Ashley. I'm from South Dakota.
And for anyone in this room who hasn't met you before, can you introduce yourself and let everybody know from where
My
you're
name
joining?
is Ryan Lane, singer, songwriter, teacher, dancer, stylist from New York City. And I met a lot of you beautiful people on the MixTape Tour this past summer. So yeah.
Okay, what were you doing on the MixTape Tour? What was your function on the MixTape Tour?
So my function, a part of the MixTape Tour was I was actually a part of the opening act with the Illtown Sluggers. We were a part of the B stage performance every night. We opened up the show before New Kids on the Block, Rick Actually, In Vogue, Salt and Pepper. I'm smiling very hard right now because I had so much fun. So yeah, like it was amazing. Like we opened up every night and it was a blast. Yeah.
So how did that all come together that you were involved in touring with Illtown Sluggers and then also with New Kids?
Oh, I've been around the Illtown Sluggers for the past at least 5 or 6 years or so, but I was always brought on as a songwriter. And in the midst of it, I was always an artist doing my own thing. I've worked at the Gap for a long time doing visuals and started my own company and doing closets and organizing and styling. Anything I could put my hand on, like, is what I did. And
but then you also happened to have this incredible voice as well. Some people
do a little something. Do a little something.
It's not fair.
So I would be around. I would help create and write these songs. And I remember just being at the studio, going to work, sleeping in the dressing room for however long, waking back up. Like it was a nonstop, but I knew I had dreams and goals. And then the pandemic happened. Mm-hmm. So I was really in a space of like, what am I doing? Like, what's about to happen? And while we were all at home watching Netflix and trapped in the house, I got a phone call like, are you ready? And I was like, yeah, I think so, because we're in a pandemic. So I didn't know what was about to happen, but and from there we've just been going ever since.
So how did you when you got the call, you're going to be going on tour with the New Kids, what did that look like? What was your reaction? I'm assuming you knew who the New Kids were.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Very emotional person. So when I hear like good
Mm-hmm.
news and things like that, I'm just automatically like, ah! you know. And for a while, I just knew after the pandemic was open, I was like, look, I'm going on tour. I'm not sure with who, I'm not sure when, but I
Yeah.
knew, like for a very long time. So like I know it's gonna happen, you know. And even in the pandemic, like I was still working hard. I was still busy and working on my craft and on Zoom after Zoom and putting up green screens and performing. Like I was doing everything possible to keep this dream up. You know what I mean? And then I got the phone call like you're going on tour, and I just was like, let's go. I was ready. I was so prepared because like I just knew. Like I prayed on it. 11, like I knew it was coming, so it happened, and it was life changing.
Eric is in the chat, and he said that you called him crying. Uh-oh. Sorry, are you, Ashley?
No, you're cutting out.
Huh?
Yeah, I think it's the headphones. Yeah.
Is it good
kind
now?
of cutting in and out. Yeah. Yeah. You were kind of like in and out, in and out. Oh, and
Ashley,
then Ashley just left. Okay, let me find her. But yeah, so is there any truth behind that? Did you call Eric crying when you got the call?
Eric
No?
always wants to be a part of my story.
Maybe that was another
He
call.
always
Maybe it was
wants to be
another reason you
part
called
of
him
my
crying.
story. It's okay.
Sorry? Okay, got it. Okay, I've
Yeah, we gotta get
just trying to
Ashley
get
back.
Ashley back in here. There she is.
Where'd
you
I
go,
don't know
girl?
what happened. You took the earbuds out and I just
Okay,
disappeared.
so
I don't know.
Mine's out. I took them out. Okay, we good now. Yeah.
So Ryan, Ashley and I in these lives, we love to talk about the logistics, especially when it comes to like packing for trips, like cruise. Okay, so when you found out, so the tour started in May. When did you find out that you were going on tour?
The tour started in May. I want to say I found out like the end of March. And then my birthday is in April.
Okay.
So I was really like, okay, we love birthdays, but this birthday is going to be small and intimate because we're going on tour in May.
So then what did the planning look like? How do you prepare your life and get yourself in order to go on tour across the country
love this
for
question because I have never been asked this question at all. And it's a process, trust me. First of all, let's keep in mind, I deal with clothes every day and fashion because I worked in retail for a very long time. And I love clothes. I love fashion. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
You love that Bass Pro shop,
yes.
whatever. I can't remember their name.
I wore
Pat,
for
because I know you wore that
because
all over
I knew
the
the Blockheads would be on here. Our lay makers would be on here. I wore for a reason. All right. So back to packing. So I went on tour in high school when I was a kid, right?
Okay.
But they were strict. Like bring 2 weeks of clothes and that's all you need. You'll be able to do laundry. Don't bring any food or snacks. Bring like 3 pairs of sneakers. It was very strict, right? But with this tour, I'm like, okay, I'm going away for 10 weeks. Like, I changed my clothes a few times a day on this tour. You know what I'm saying? And then I changed outfits every night on the entire. I think I repeated the outfit like 2 or 3 times maybe in between. But I had a Bass Pro hat for every fit, every color. I was out there still buying clothes, shopping. I really had like 6 suitcases. It was terrible. And a bag for hats and a whole suit.
So there was no limit?
No.
They didn't give you a limit to how much you could bring?
And I wasn't trying to hit.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I came home with more than I left with because like I was all over the United States. I was shopping for sure. Like I was finding deals everywhere. Like I was having the time of my life.
Okay, so here's my question. With everything that you packed, was there anything as you were on tour that you did not pack that you needed? Or
you were like, oh my God, I forgot.
No. Here's the thing. So with the whole, you know, being a teenager and packing for tour or whatever, as an adult, that's a totally different world. Like you are packing up your life, leaving bills, apartment, everything, you know? So I went on Google and I Googled a tour list.
Okay.
Oh,
Right?
That's
So
a good
I
idea.
Googled the tour list and I went through the entire list and I was like, okay, we're all different people. We all don't need the same things, but I knew like the everyday things we all need, you know, like toothbrush, toothpaste, just everything, face scrubs, masks. I went to Target and went crazy. Got everything I needed on this list and then some. So I really didn't need for anything. I didn't have to ask anyone for anything. I was prepared. I had a steamer. I had everything I needed, like cough drops, everything. I had everything. I had everything just mapped out.
So it sounds like you were the go-to guy. If anybody needed anything, go definitely. To you. You probably
even
have
in my
it.
apartment now. Like if you need black glitter, I probably have it around. I have something everywhere here. So yes.
That's amazing.
And I guess the good part too is like, you know, you're staying within the States, you're in America, so you're familiar with the stores and everything. So if you really, really forgot the cough drops and you need them, you can just go out and buy them.
But
right?
I was well prepared. Yeah. I didn't need a thing.
Okay, Eric Elfstrom just asked, what was your favorite show?
Ooh.
And I'd like to, in the chat, Eric, you tell us what your favorite show was.
Yeah.
My favorite show, I have so many because I really, even after we performed, I went out in the audience and still enjoyed the performance night after night. Wow. I can talk.
That's an unfair question. Listen, if you have a couple, you're welcome to name more than one.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, what about like during? So what would a typical tour day look like for you? What time would you get up? Did you get a chance to like go outside the venue and explore cities at all? Clearly, you went shopping.
A typical tour day. I love these questions because these are like, okay, a typical tour day. First of all, we wake up in the middle. First of all, we don't even know where we're waking up because you're on a bus.
Yeah.
So sorry, if we can just pause for a second. So basically how it works is after a concert,
yes, ma'am,
you guys would drive off to the next city.
So
right. Okay. So you wake up and you don't know in what city you are.
As far as like, okay, our next stop is this place, but we may be under the venue in a parking lot. We may be in a grass farm, you know, just anywhere we would wake up, right? And then obviously we pull up at the venue. You know, wake up in the morning, you go do your thing, you brush your teeth, you use the bathroom, you freshen up, honestly. And where days we didn't have a bathroom or a shower, you know? So we would have to find a bathroom in the venue and make it work.
Yeah.
And then from there, obviously, there's breakfast. I wanted to really just make a commitment and take everything in. So every day I would go into a venue and just have a seat and just talk and pray. And I go on live and speak with the fans and just cry and talk and smile. And, you know, I made that commitment every day. But I also stayed on top of being in the gym, because I'm a person who's
Okay.
I'm real up and down with the gym. Like, I'm gonna go, and I'll stop. But I'll, like, you know, so I made sure I made the time. This as well, I packed a whole workout kit with me as well.
Well,
I did.
That's a whole separate wardrobe right there, right?
I had the bars,
Yeah.
I had the push-up thing, I had the, I brought
Oh, you
whole,
brought your own
I bought my
equipment.
whole
Okay.
thing. Like, I was really like staying on top of. I bought the bands
Did you
as
bring
well. Yeah.
bands? Do you use
So
bands?
I was making sure I was eating healthy and still working out every day. So
Was it easy to eat healthy on the tour?
honestly, you have to be strong, because there's all types of good, amazing food just at your fingertips, you know? But like burgers and pies and cakes and it was so good. But you had to say, no, I'm gonna eat me a chicken salad and I'm gonna drink this water because I'm on this tour and I gotta stay healthy and I gotta stay energized and do my thing. But it was very easy to, like, you know, slack. It was very easy, but I made sure, like, I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Would you say that's one of the, like, the most challenging things with being on tour, is just like keeping that focus on health when it's so easy? You could sleep in, you can eat whatever you want. Like, you've got excuses. You're going to be up on stage pumping out those calories every night.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say doing that is very hard. And also every day is work. Like, every day you wake up, like, you are on. Like, it's been days where, like, you open up the tour bus and there's fans outside, you know, and it's automatically works. So it's really an all day thing, and possibly you can squeeze in a nap. We've done press, we've done different radio stations. It's a full day of activity, and then from there we'll do sound check, and then the slugger lounge, and then go change your clothes, eat really quick, and then hit the stage. It's just a day just full of, like, this watch was going, I was hitting bands all day. Like, I was getting my steps in like crazy. Yes.
How was it adjusting to the tour bus, especially your bed? That's what I always, like, I think about that and I get like short of breath thinking about that.
You
like,
are 100% correct. It is so small. It's as big as this screen right here. Okay.
Yeah.
I can honestly say the first 2 weeks, I would pray in my sleep, because I'm like, I know I'm going to be dead in the morning. Like, going up the mountains, and you just knew that when you woke up, you was going to be in a ditch, because, like, it was so hard to adjust to. But the first 2 weeks, I was like, oh my God, like, this is not going to work. How do people do this? But I'm like, look, if these stars who's been doing this for 20, 30 plus years are not complaining, I'm not saying one word.
Yeah.
So I didn't complain at all. But after our first 2 weeks, where it was like, okay, we are in the swing of tour and we were working, as you got in that bunk, it was time to sleep.
Yeah.
And I didn't care how bumpy
it was probably very
I was
easy
like,
to fall
I'm going
asleep.
to bed. Yeah.
Did it feel a little bit like summer camp? Like, just at first you're like, I want to go home, and then it's like, wait,
no. I was like, this is my dream. The only thing I was concerned about is not getting sick, because here's the thing. We were still in COVID.
Yes.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
People had on masks. People did. It was a lot going on, and I was hugging and kissing on everybody. So I was just like, I have to make sure that I stay healthy. And I'm on stage every night. I'm not lip syncing and doing that. I got to make sure that my voice is intact every night. So, you know, I'm drinking my tea and I'm my halls and I'm on vocal rest and doing all that stuff. But the main thing for me was to stay healthy, like over everything, and have fun, obviously. But yeah, it was hard staying healthy. I must say, it was hard.
And actually, kind of speaking of like physically healthy, what about like mentally healthy? I'm always curious. Did you ever have, you know, you talk about, I've been dreaming about this for my whole life, and this experience is only 10 weeks long. Did you ever have a day or two where you woke up and you were just like, I'm over it? Like, I'm not feeling it today. We all have those days. Did you ever have those days, and how did you get past that?
I never had those days. But I know it is very easy to go down that hole, right? But one thing I also did, I would take a walk by myself and just go and just have a peace of mind and pray and talk and just thank God for the opportunity of just everything I was doing and where I was at the time. I was really truly handed this opportunity, and I've really prepared for this. I didn't realize I was preparing my whole life for this opportunity, but I do remember like everything that happened, I was prepared for. You know, if our music went out, if we didn't have the bathroom, or if, you know, I ripped my pants on stage, like everything that could go wrong happened on this tour. But
well, you probably had a sewing kit to fix those ripped pants, right? I know.
I did.
If not a sewing kit, you probably had a giant stapler at least.
Everywhere. But no, I was definitely making sure I made time for me, because I was with so many different people, meeting people all day, every day. I just was like, look, make sure you stay out the way, have fun, but like also take time for you. So it's been days I would, like, you know, there's a few people here on the chat who, you know, will go like take a walk around the stadium, or we'll take a walk by a walk down if it's a lake nearby or what have you. Always made time for that peace and that mental health, because yes, very, very important. Even now, like these days, like it's even more important. Mental health and just taking care of yourself and peace of mind is so important. So yes, I made sure of that for sure. Yes, definitely. I still do.
Good.
We all should actually.
So
you mentioned taking care of yourself and your instrument, essentially. What was your favorite song that you performed this tour?
I would say "Against All Odds" by Phil Collins. I had no idea that. Look, I enjoyed Fiesta; it was amazing. But that Phil Collins really made me realize the gift I have, and it's not just having a beautiful voice. Like, I connected with so many people who cried in my arms, or we cried with each other. Like, it was really a moment where I just was like, wow, this is what Michael Jackson felt like, or this is the like impact you would like to have on people, because it was very heartwarming. When I say, like, I have goosebumps right now, like heartwarming, like, and I was afraid to sing that song because I'm like, it's a ballad. Am I able to do this for 10 weeks every night? It's like, you know, it's, you have to use your voice for that song. You like, you know what I mean? So,
well, and Phil Collins sets the bar really high as well, so it's pretty ambitious for you to go for it. But you know what? The first time that I saw you sing it, I think I was a bit like, sorry, like would Fiesta come first, and then after that was? Okay, so so I hear you sing Fiesta inside, and then afterwards, I don't know, maybe I was distracted, and then I hear Against All Odds, and I was like, wait, what? This is the same guy who's singing it? So to hear you be able to sing the two different types of songs was such a good idea, right? Yeah, I love that you did, like, really showcase the gift that you have.
Yes, thank
So
you. Like,
kudos to you
shout out to
for picking those
KG
two.
and Tramp.
Yeah.
We was actually in the studio one day working on either Fiesta or the right song, I believe. And KG just randomly called Tramp and was like, asked him what he thought about me doing that song. And I don't really hear what's going on, but I'm like, he looks at me like, and I'm just like, what are they talking about? Like, what's about to happen right now? And after he got off the phone, we got to work. And then from there, I was like, okay, I have to learn it now for tour, obviously. Like,
Yeah. I was gonna ask, did you know of the song?
Right.
Right, but you didn't know the
I knew it
entire
originally
thing.
from
Okay.
Mariah Carey years back. I knew her version,
okay.
and I heard a Brian McKnight version, I want to say, as well. I heard, and then after that, I heard the Phil Collins version. I'm like, first of all, he's Phil Collins. Like, he has one of the most incredible voices of our time. So I was obviously nervous, but I'm like, look, if these two guys who are the GOATs of our time as well are trusting me with this song, I gotta do it. And I'm just really happy it turned out the way it did. Against All Odds, like, that song is incredible. Like, for everyone who was touched by that song in that moment and everything it brought you guys, like, I just love and appreciate y'all so much for just like the exchange we had. Like, it was absolutely just everything I needed. So
it was definitely one of my favorite parts of the entire show. I'd be like, quiet, quiet. This is when Against All Odds comes on, and I was like in it.
I remember the first time I saw it was I missed the whole pre-show in Lincoln, and I don't know why, but then in Minneapolis, caught the whole thing, and I was like, what? Why didn't I see? Where did this happen before? And that song was the one where I think I was busy doing other things, and then you started singing. I was like, wait, what is happening right now?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
So what was your most legendary, or one of your most legendary moments on tour?
I have
where you don't have to narrow it down to one. You can just say
one
just pick one
that sticks out the most. And
yeah,
I didn't want to talk about it too much, only because like it's actually okay. There's two. It's two. Okay. Okay. So
okay.
Dorian Gibson, who's a choreographer for the Stars, the first night of the tour, she came up to me and was like, "You're phenomenal. You got it."
Oh.
And to hear that from her was just like, whoa. And then another time, Frank Gadsden, who's Beyonce's original choreographer, he made the same comment to me. So I was just like, okay, this is just too amazing. Like, that's legendary.
Yeah.
Okay. But I would say one that sticks out of my head, which is what I was getting at. I didn't want to tell too much about it, but I am right now. First time talking about it exclusive. So Salt from Salt and Pepper. I was really able to just bond and really connect with her, and to also learn that she is a Aries as well. I'm an Aries, which really made it even more dope, right? She gave me a lot of just really nice words of wisdom and encouragement, and being on tour and being in the moment and having fun. And that just really was just, and it happened at least the first week of the tour. It happened really early on. So it's really stuck with me the entire time. We hung out, we would have lunch at times, and one day she asked me to hang out with her and her team, and I slept on her tour bus, and we drove to the next location, and we had a little slumber party on the bus. Like, there was no pillow
Was there a
fight,
pillow
but it
fight?
was
She was in a
a
pillow fight.
bunch of like just
Aw, okay.
talking and love exchange and just genuine just vibes, and I just really enjoyed her. So I would say bonding with her was like really one of my favorite moments of the tour. Like, we hung out so much and just talked and took walks, and it was just really, really nice. So I love you so. Thank you so much. I was actually introduced through to her through my team, Eddie and the Tramps. So please, like, shout out to them as well. Like, it really was the one who really glued me getting on the tour and being a part of the Ill Town and spreading my music and vibing with Salt and this whole thing. Like, I'm just very appreciative. Like, this has been, well, 2022, but even this time as well, it's been an amazing year. Like, I'm just really, really grateful.
That's incredible. So,
Thank you.
what are you looking forward to in 2023 at this point?
I'm really looking forward to touring again. Honestly, I would love to go on another tour. I love to just like touch the people. I love at the end of a show where, like, if anyone DMs me and say, hey, I want a picture with you, I'll go meet them and we'll talk and snap a picture. And, you know, I just really love just meeting new people and just talking and bringing people out of their shell. I realized a lot during this tour. Maybe it's the underdog in me, but I would find a person who I feel is in the corner and like really bashful and grab them and dance and be like, no, like, this is a safe space and we are here to enjoy ourselves and live life and, you know, enjoy this moment. So for sure, touring and more performances, of course, TV, movies. I want to really step out of like what I'm used to and just do more. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have anything, you know, creatively, like, or in the works right now this year? Like, you working on new music, choreography?
Yeah, most definitely.
What
I'm
can we
working on
expect
a
from you
lot
this
of new
year?
music, and I'm also in the space of like as I said, just like stepping out of my comfort zone and just trying new things.
Okay.
I feel like I'm an artist. I can keep on trying and trying until it sticks, and I just want to just do more. A lot more new music. I want to work with a lot more other new artists. I am very interested in doing artist development, where I'm helping other artists about stage performance and writing songs and choreography and styling and all those things I do. I want it to just all be an umbrella of just everything I do. I do embroidery, I do home decor, I do a little bit of everything. I love to cook now, and I'm painting and doing all of these things. So anything I could put my hands on, like, is exactly what I will be doing this year.
I love, so Melanie and I are both very into like manifesting and like putting it out there in the universe. What you just said is like, yes, I will be doing these things.
I will.
I'm going to be immediately expressing myself and getting out there and doing things I'm maybe afraid of and pushing my boundaries. And you're going to do it, and I can't wait to watch. It's going to be amazing. So,
So much. I appreciate that. I took can't out of, I don't even use that word anymore, or I'm going to, or I'm trying to. I remove those out of, I don't even use them. I will, and
It's just,
I'm doing
I will.
Like, you know what I mean?
I'm going to, yeah. Somebody in the somebody asked if you're going to BlockCon this year. If you and Eric
Honestly,
are going
when
to
I
BlockCon.
saw that post, I was like, that would be so dope. But I was like, yo, New Kids on the Block, they're amazing. Like, they definitely, like, keep their fans engaged and around each other and love. Like, I heard the lady speaking earlier, who was hilarious, by the way. She had me over here crying. Yeah, I just love how it's all like, it's a whole bond and it's a family. Who knows? We might pop up this year because we did not make it on the boat. So, you know, it's possible.
You gotta make it on the boat if you're able
Definitely.
to next time.
I love cruising.
Yeah.
So absolutely. I would love to.
Oh, you gotta go.
It's the best.
You will be. We'll manifest that for you. You're going to be coming on the next. We'll see you there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to be there.
Right.
Well, I don't know, Melanie, I don't know if you have any other questions, but I just thank you for being here. Where can people find more information about, if for any reason they don't already follow you, where can they follow you about your music?
Absolutely. Yes, you could definitely.
Yes.
And all of your other creative endeavors.
You could for sure find me at I'm Ryan Lane everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all the fun places, Spotify, Apple, Tidal. Yeah.
Well,
you know what? You're very smart of you to have the same handle across all of the platforms, making it as easy as possible for us. So thank you.
Very difficult having names all over, but for the most part, it is all Ryan Lane across the board. Yeah.
Great.
awesome.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and for I think somebody mentioned in the comments, you know, that you were one of the best surprises on the tour for us. You know, we didn't know that we would be hearing you and seeing you on the tour. So it was so nice to witness your talent on the stage every night on the tour, and it's great. It's been great to chat with you and to get some you know, behind the scenes details and insight into the tour life, and to learn a little bit more about you and all of your talents, because geez, I'm curious, the next time we talk to you, I'm sure you will have taken up a new hobby and a new creative way to create express yourself creatively.
Yes. I thank you guys so much, and once again, just thank you to everybody on the team: KG, Vinny, Tramp, Precise, Slugger, Eric, the entire Triple Threat, everybody who was on the tour. I really appreciate everybody. I really had a great time. All the blockheads have been so supportive. Like, when I tell you, I get tagged in pictures and videos, and I'm like, this is insane. But I definitely remember just going up to any and everyone, and the amount of love that everybody had. Like, I remember it was people in like wheelchairs who couldn't even make it around and really do what everybody else was doing, but the energy, the fun, and the love was the same. Like, they still partied the same. Look, I was not leaving anybody off the dance floor. Like, I get DMs from old ladies all the time, like, you.
I feel like we might be old ladies. Are we old ladies?
No.
I think I might be too, but sure, keep going.
Excuse me for the older, you know, I was the more mature madam would be at the show, and would just be dancing and just having the time of their lives. So I'm just really happy I was able to give the energy I have all the time, and we exchange and just have a ball. I'm just very happy how everything turned out how it was supposed to.
Incredible. We really look forward to seeing you next time, and thank you for your time tonight, being with all of us.
Everybody say old ladies. I'm so sorry.
I turn 40 next week, so I'm just feeling it in my heart right now.
Mature people.
Old
okay?
relative.
Mature people. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, we'll work on that for the next time. We'll figure out
Absolutely. I'm
another way
smiling
to
so hard right now. Yeah.
A friend of mine used to
Yeah.
stay established.
We're a vintage. I like that one. It's like
I
fine
like
wine.
vintage. I like vintage.
Right.
All
All
right.
right.
Have a
Thank
good
you
night,
so
y'all.
much, Ryan.
Yeah,
We'll
thank
talk to you later. Take care.
I feel
Bye.
attacked. No.
We should have warned him before this that sometimes we like throw things out there. Like if you ever watch any of our lives where Donnie comes in, it's like we're both just throwing things at him. So sorry, but thank you for that was awesome. That was great. It was really fun to see his perspective.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. You know, I love to hear all about what did you pack? What did you forget? You know, just in case I ever get the chance to go away for 10 weeks with the new kids on the block. Who knows?
So, he didn't say packing cubes. So, maybe
he didn't say packing
we may have
cubes.
to
Interesting.
just ask, like, do you know?
I think our sponsorship with the packing cubes company might be out the window now. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna invite the next guest. Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna mention everyone. We're here every Wednesday at 6 Pacific, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. We have guests lined up for the next coming weeks. We're so grateful. This is like our 14th week. And then
lost count. I think so.
Side note, we started our YouTube channel. So look for Blockhead U on YouTube. We'll talk more about that soon.
There we go. We can see you. Hi, guys.
I always forget to flip it around.
Yeah. Now I think can you guys come a little bit closer to each other because we're seeing half
Act like we like each other.
Yeah.
There we go. That's great.
Yeah.
Basically. So you know what? The three of us, we were in a photo group together on the last cruise. So for those who haven't met you, can the two of you introduce yourselves and let everyone know from
I'm
where
Angie.
you're joining?
This is my husband, David, and we're from Pennsylvania.
Okay, so Angela, how did you become a blockhead? What's your blockhead
well, I was a
story?
fan when I was a little girl, but I was quite young. I was like 7, 8. But you know, my mom took me to a concert. I had the sheets, the dolls, the whole nine. One year for Christmas, one of my dad's friends got me the New Kids on the Block phone. And so I was like 7 years old with a phone in my room.
There was a phone?
I still have it.
There was a phone? Yeah. You have to send me a picture of it. I didn't know there was a phone. Was it like a cool
No, it had their pictures on it. Yeah.
No, you guys
know about this.
take
After
pictures
you
and
know?
tag us on Instagram because
Yeah, I will. I know where the bin is with all the stuff in it, but yeah, it's funny because my dad was actually mad because he, was like, well, now I got to put the phone in a room. Like, what 7-year-old has a phone in their room, But yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
And David, what's your blockhead origin story? How did you become a part of the fandom?
Going to the concerts with her, but I had to say I thought it was the first one, but she said it was the second one, so therefore it was the second one. But real quick here,
right?
Okay.
My daughter right here, Donnie took her on stage on my second concert. So from that moment on, they had me from that moment on. So I was,
Yeah.
So from that point on, I would probably say I'd be a blockhead from that point on.
Do you remember what
That
year
was back in
was?
2015 when they were with Nelly and TLC.
Yes.
Yeah. And they actually did 2 shows. I went to like 5 shows that tour, but they did 2 literally like 10 minutes from my house. And the second one was just like an added one. So
we got Groupon tickets.
Yeah.
So we're like
we were already going the one night, and then so I was like, well, let's all go as a family. And it was really nice. And I know I was telling you that story the other night, but to be honest, what was really nice at the end of that night, you know how Donnie gives out towels sometimes in the audience? Well, my son was there too.
Oh.
And he came over, and the first thing he did at the end of the show was give one to my son, and then he gave one to my daughter too. So it was really nice how he included him, you know. And I never met Donnie before.
Are those towels in the bin too? Are those towels
yes.
in the bin as well? Yeah.
Oh my God, you got
It's grown to be bin. It's not,
Well, where else would they be?
it's not a bin anymore. It's bins.
Oh, okay.
Rooms.
I'm like crying.
But yeah, it was nice how he included, you know, I just thought it was nice how he included him at the end of the night. It was really cool, you know, because both kids were young. They were like 8 and 10. But yeah, it was a great time. And I had never even met him before. I wasn't doing my first meet and greet until like a month after that.
So to have that experience, how can you not become a fan?
Totally.
So,
Right. Exactly.
It's being involved. It's like, it's just.
you give me every time when you involve my kids. So.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so
Yeah.
David, you're a boy blockhead. What's the best part of being a man in this fandom with all these women?
I'll tell you, I get a lot of women telling her how lucky she is. So,
yeah, thanks everybody.
Go ahead, you know.
His head's like this big.
So hey, it's nice to feel that way at times, you know. So you know, but you know, plus to see her smile and just be on this, and we have a good time no matter what we do. And when you add music and everything else into it, it's just, you know, good times.
So Angie, what's the best part of having a husband who's also
I mean, it's nice because he's my best friend and I get to share that with him, you know. And like his first concert wasn't until 2015, and so for the years before that, when they first reunited in 2008, I did do it with my girlfriend. So it was nice when he started doing it with me, and you know, and going on the cruises and stuff like that. It was nice. Yes.
Well, and he could
and
get it, right?
Yeah, because you know, it's funny. I don't really think he got it until he actually went to a show. And then to have Donnie take my daughter on stage, like he really got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do, and I take my daughter. My daughter's been to a bunch of shows. You know, my son's been to like 3 too. So yeah.
So, what would be your advice to women who think, like, some husbands are like, absolutely not, I'm not into this, but if you have a husband who's maybe like, oh, I might want to go, what is your advice to like get them to finally go and experience this with
you? You know, like I tell a lot of people this, it's like when we're on a Blockhead cruise, they're entertaining her 80% of the time. So I only have to cover 20. Well, I got that. I can handle that. And I look pretty good at only doing 20, you know. So therefore, you know, I mean, just, yeah, they entertain her 80% and I got to cover 20, so I can do that very well.
the ratios are good.
Yeah.
So, and it is a good time. It's a great time, you know, and sometimes, you know, that's like for us, that's all we would do that year. So therefore, we try to have as good of a time as we could. So.
And it's nice to people you meet. You know, I've gotten to know a lot of people over the years. You know, people recognize us and even my kids at the shows, you know. So it's
our
nice.
first year she left me out. We didn't even know anybody. And then the first night on the cruise, you got free drinks. And I'm not really a drinker. So after about 3 hours into it, we were ordering them by the tray. You know, and we're partying with this other girl. And
shout out to Danielle.
And her and I went tray for tray. And she ended up leaving me. So I found my way back to the room like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was out there with her, Danielle, partying and I'm pretty drunk.
Passed out in the shower.
But it's fun people. It's a good time. It's fun people.
Yeah.
You know. But I'll tell you, I've seen, because we've been on more than one cruise, but I've seen the male ratio go up, though. I have seen it go up.
Increasing, yeah.
The first cruise, you couldn't have even counted 100 men on the whole cruise, period. Now, the last one, we just did the...
Including the
all
kids,
of them, right,
all the
exactly.
crew,
So, but now of them, there's quite a few of them under now, so... They must be telling them something to come on that boat.
Or all the husbands are now
doing
starting
something
to talk
right.
and like, hey, if you haven't been on this cruise, it's a really good time.
Yeah.
Like, you got
Yeah.
And I
Definitely,
only have to entertain my wife
you bonus
20% of
points
the
with your
time.
wife,
Yeah.
you know?
You know, they
So-
get her all excited, and then at the end of the night, she has me to come back to. Just saying.
There we go. So I think I know the answer to this question, but you know, typically we blockheads, we have our favorite new kid. Who is each of your favorite new kids? Donnie.
No,
okay.
I get that
And what about
question
you,
a lot
David?
too. Who's your favorite? And I always tell everybody she is. But, you know,
Yeah.
I was thinking about that because that was one of the questions we were talking about. And I would have to give a toss-up between Donnie and John.
I actually thought he was going to say John.
I like that, but I'd have to give a toss-up between Donnie and John, but she's, of course, my favorite. So
That's so sweet. So, oh, go ahead.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
so I know that the two of you had I think at one of the Hershey shows, you had an interesting conversation with Donnie. So can you tell us about that conversation?
Well, my husband had asked him to renew our vows. And he did. Somebody took our information, you know, and he came over, talked to us afterwards, took a picture with us, stuff like that. But nothing ever came of it, you know. That was back in like 2016, I think.
So the two of you were looking to renew your vows, and that came up in your conversation with Donnie, and then you put it out there. Hey, Donnie, would you like to like officiate?
Yeah, it's typically
our vow.
Yeah,
because I knew on the
renewal.
cruise that he was ordained on the cruise.
But it's usually our anniversary on the cruise.
Yes.
That time of year is our anniversary. Like, so this past year on the cruise, we celebrated our 20th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, congrats. So what I'm hearing then is we're still waiting for Donnie to officiate that vow renewal of yours. So Donnie, if you're seeing this, connect with Angie and David so we can get them their marriage renewed.
We're manifesting. Donnie will be renewed.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It was exciting because we did talk to him about it. I mean, he actually sat there and talked to us with it, you know, so I'd assume he'd probably remembered it, you know. But so it was exciting because we thought one year that it was going to be on the cruise and, you know, it just didn't happen, which, you know, it's understandable too. But it was exciting to feel like it was really about to happen, you know. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you guys going to BlockCon?
I'll definitely be there. We're hoping he's there as well. If he's not there, I'll have a girlfriend, but
we got the tickets.
Well, he'll be there, you know. So
we got the tickets, so hopefully we'll both be able to make it.
Because I think BlockCon would be a great place for the
I like the prom because neither one of us went to prom. So
sweet.
That would be nice. Yeah, that would be
so
perfect.
When you cruised this last year, what was your most legendary moment, either together or individually?
This past one was rough.
You know, you're not alone.
4 hours before we boarded our plane, we found out my nephew had killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I do remember you're talking about this when we were waiting in line. Yeah.
So it was like we ended up kind of enjoying ourselves, but it was like bittersweet because we really felt like we shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
You know,
it was hard to enjoy this one. My mind was not on that cruise.
Yeah. So as soon as we got off the boat Monday morning, you know, he's from Illinois, so that's where our family is. So that's where we went, and you know, we did spend the next 10 days with them, but it was still rough knowing that like we chose to go on the boat and not go right there. And I wouldn't say we chose that. I would say he did that because of me, but. Yeah. So.
The hard.
But anyway, it's
But
always a
normally
great time
they
going
are
on the
good
boat.
cruises. We still had a good time.
And I did get, got my picture with
Yeah.
Donnie, got a selfie with Donnie, so it's always a good time. And we did a couple excursions. So.
We just did some jet skiing and some horseback riding when we got there.
So yeah.
We still had a great time. Like I said, we try to still, because that's the one thing we do when we do the cruises. So, it just, yeah. It was a rough one, that one.
Yeah.
For sure. And you know what, I guess also coming out of the pandemic, not that we're completely out of it, but the cruise had been part of our lives and part of your lives for a long time, right? And with the pandemic putting that on pause, we were all looking forward to it so much. So to get that news when you're en route, like what, there is no right or wrong way to, and I think that sometimes, after somebody's passed, there's only so much that you can really do in the first few days, right?
And
so
that's kind of how what got us on the cruise, because there was nothing was gonna happen until after we got off, anyways. So we got on the first plane and went back home. So and then went back to real life and took care of life, right? But we still had a good time. It was still. It is, and I'll tell you what. Leaving Miami, leaving the port, and you have everybody out on the shore, looking at the cruise, and you just see the whole. I bet you. I wonder if the boat is rocking. How they try to get the boat to rock, And I always wonder if that boat is, if they see the boat out there rocking. So that's a beautiful scene to see as you're pulling out of there. So yeah, no, it was a good time.
Well, if there's anything, that on the cruise you're surrounded by love, right? It's this giant hug, and the vibe is just all about love and good time, even more so in 2022 after everything that had been.
Yeah, I know. I was disappointed because I was booked for that cruise. When I got my refund check,
I was happy when she got the refund check.
I saved every penny of that. Every penny. I was like, I saved every penny. I was like, we're going.
Yeah. So what, we know BlockCon is at least on your calendar, Angie, and the new kids have hinted at some other things coming up down the pike in 2023. What are you most looking forward to as a Blockhead this year?
I'm definitely looking forward to the BlockCon because usually we cruise every other year, so I know I'm not going to cruise again until next year. So I was like, okay, I got something I can do. And I went to Carnegie and saw Joey. That was really exciting. That was that was really emotional. I actually cried at that one.
Yeah. And you and I ran into each other at the venue as well, right? Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice to see you.
Yeah.
You missed out on a good show.
I took my girlfriend who had never been before. She had a really good time. It was a nice experience for her.
That's good. And what about you, David? We've hinted, we've heard about there might be some new music coming. We know that you might go to BlockCon. This isn't going to be a cruise year
Are they
for
cruising
you,
this year?
What are you looking
They're probably
forward to?
most likely, yeah. It hasn't been officially
Nothing's
announced
been announced. Yeah.
Hopefully that would be the one, that would be nice to see, so.
Wait, so are you promising, are you telling us and Angela that you're going to be going on the cruise this year, even though it's supposed to be one of your offers?
I mean, here's the thing, might as well, because how many more are they really, really going to do? I mean, at some point they are going to cut it off.
I breed French bulldogs, so it often depends on having puppies and who I can trust with my babies, because they're my babies.
Right. Yeah.
My kids are grown, so these are my babies.
But that would be nice if that would happen. But yeah, no, I would like to go to the Illinois for the concert out there, because of course that's what I said. That's where my family's from. So, I would like to be out there.
Yeah.
And it is a little different scene than it is for most of their stuff. Most of it's just going to a concert and you go home. you know, to where this is a 3-day event, you know.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
So
Yeah, it's fun to do New Kids
Yeah.
events away from home, right? And
Right.
instead of going
And
home,
we've
you
been
go to
to
a
a few
hotel.
Wahlburgers, but I haven't been to the one in St. Charles, so I would like to, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, neither have I. Did you see that the Wahlburgers in St. Charles
Yes.
announced
Yeah, so now
something on the 25th?
I'm like, I gotta go in a day early, which
Thursday.
we drive. It's a 13-hour drive from here, but we take that drive quite often. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Since David's from there. Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm all out of questions. Ashley, did you have anything
No,
else
I
that you
feel
wanted to
like I
ask
may
us
have
to?
met you on the cruise, but maybe very briefly. I don't. You
Right.
look so familiar, but it's like who knows?
I'm at everything. And actually, I was telling you the Philly commercial.
Yes.
For
yes.
for their
Yeah.
well, I was there at the Barstool seats, and I'm the one in the commercial that Joey comes over to and sings to and holds hands with. Yeah.
So the Philly show that was streamed, last month or whenever that was on Veeps, Angela was sitting barstool
Yeah,
for
he was
that
right
show,
next
and
to
David was
me.
there too.
I get a lot of people, a
Yeah.
lot of people that recognize me from the concerts, and I'll tell you, it's kind of cool because it'd be 5 years ago, and they're like, "Oh, excuse me, but you're," and I was like, "Yeah," and there's a couple of times that people was taking pictures of me with Chili and stuff like that, and yeah, it's kind of cool to get recognized. Not too many of us out there.
You know what? That's the life of a
Right,
blockhead
not too many of
husband,
us
right?
out there.
Oh my
Right.
gosh, you guys
Yeah.
are awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Well,
sharing your stories with us.
Yeah.
And
we gotta get Donnie to renew your vows for you.
That's what.
This is the
How
year. Yeah.
how awesome would
Thank
that
you,
be?
and
The guy that she wants to be with, actually renews her vows to the guy that she's stuck with. But yes, that would be very awesome. But yes.
well,
So,
this is the year. I can feel it. I know it. Thank you so much, David. Thank you, Angie, for joining us. I look forward to seeing you at BlockCon for sure. And
yes,
we'll be looking for
thank
you.
you.
All right, have a good night.
All right.
Bye.
bye.
Take care. Bye.
Someone in the chats, Melanie, just said you sang "Endless Love" with Joey, right? Which is funny because we had the actual person who sang "Endless Love" on Rock This Boat on a couple weeks ago. They asked if you were
They
her.
were asking me? No, that was not me. No, but that was Kayla, and yeah, she was on the live a few weeks ago, and she talked about what it was like getting in front of everybody and having to sing a duet with Joey. Yeah, that's not something that is in my future, and that's doing everyone a favor.
Kayla, who did sing "Endless Love" with Joey, was on this previously a couple weeks ago, and we're currently uploading all of our lives onto YouTube, Blockhead U on YouTube. If you search for it, go subscribe, because then you can see who actually sang the song with Joe.
Yeah, I think right now we're up to like 6 episodes or like 6 lives that have been
I have
uploaded to YouTube.
9. We are premiering in the next week.
Okay.
So we're staggering them out. So as people subscribe, they'll get notifications of episodes as they start to load. So I have 3 in the cooker in the oven that are, and the only one I have left of this group before we officially became Blockhead U, or slightly after, is right after Carnegie, the episode after Carnegie. You know, load those up as we get them.
Yeah. So we will keep everyone posted with the link on how to get to our YouTube channel and rewatch the lives. All in one location.
Follow Melanie, follow Gacky Girls, so you can get the actual lives as they are happening. Melanie does a great job posting them on her page, and then onto the stories, and then we'll share them on the stories as well. So you can make sure and join next time. And if you have a story that you think would be worth sharing with other blockheads, we're always open to suggestions or hearing from you guys about people who might be interesting to talk to, or yourself.
So we usually talk to, in the past, we've talked a lot to people who have like Blockhead adventures. So they've been to shows, they've been to multiple shows and the cruise and Carnegie and all that stuff. If you haven't seen the New Kids in concert, if you haven't been on the cruise, that's okay. If you want to come and talk to us about just, about your experience being a fan, how you became a Blockhead, we'd love to hear from you. Having all of these actual adventures,
even if like your best friend from life, you guys met in 3rd grade being blockheads, before blockheads was a word. Right.
And actually, like, that is a little bit of a sneak preview to our live next week. So next Wednesday is February 15th, so one day after Valentine's Day. So we were thinking we were gonna kind of do like a Pal-entine's type of vibe. We have a few different set of besties and like friend groups who are going to join and talk about their friendship stories, how they found each other. So if you have a really good friend of yours within the Blockhead community, and the two of you would like to come onto the live and tell us like a funny story, how you found each other, etc., we'd love to hear from you. Because I think it's probably going to be like one of these lives where we're hoping to bring as many people up as we can.
The more the merrier.
Yeah. And then actually the week after that, which is the 22nd, we've got a couple of guests lined up. And I'm so excited. We're going to talk to some real OGs. So, just stay tuned to both of our Instagrams, and we will keep you posted on, on those as they get closer. Because we're gonna make the calendars, we're gonna make the reminders for you. Just follow along. We can't wait to see you there. Thanks everyone. Thank you, Ashley.
Bye.
All right. Mwah. Talk to you later. Bye.